The heats this afternoon, especially this one right here, this is a sweet one. Freddie P on his backside against Julian. You know, one of the best bottom turns in the business, and that's what it's about here at J-Bay, that setup.
And now into the third heat of round 3, Julian Wilson taking off. As that bottom turn Ross Williams was talking about just moments ago, clean float for the second turn. Just trying to get down the line and get in front of this wave so we can lay it on rail. Climbing up into the lip again, just arcing and looking for a solid finish here. He's going to go to the air, throws a reverse and sticks it, rides on out. So a great opening wave for Julian Wilson. Fred Pattachia now out the back with priority.
What a freak. That was an awesome way to finish that move. I don't know if we've seen that all day, Ronnie. You know, clean offshore winds, that's not really conducive for that type of move. Really solid air reverse error. What a way to finish this little wave here on the inside. Again, Julian, butter style. Such a smooth cat, but watch this wrap. Love the way he torqued his fins there at the last second of that first carve there. And then this is a crazy maneuver right here. Busting the fins free, sweet little air reverse. I like the way he kind of landed on the top of the wave. Really smooth transition there. Again, not your typical choice of moves there. A lot of guys are going for safe floaters, just kind of, you know, going for the finish there, but not Julian. And that's what I like about him here at J-Bay. He has a great combination of style, speed, those traditional power moves, but he can mix it up with the best in the air.
Well, how can we forget that big alley-oop from just last year here at Jeffreys Bay? And now this. Rotating the other way.
I love that he used speed too to make this maneuver exciting. Had that been a little slower into the flats, it would have been really sketchy. But just a quick little spin there right on top of the roof.
Well, Fred Pattachia out the back using priority for this wave. Looking for a big answer. Doesn't want to let Julian Wilson get a solid lead. And he builds speed and races down the line, but this one's going to get away from him.
We've seen the conditions are awesome, but it can go through periods of sleepiness where the waves will kind of take a break for 10 minutes at a time. So it really puts a magnifying glass on those mistakes. .28.5 minutes remaining. Again, he takes his training very serious.
Well, here we go. This is Julian Wilson. His second wave. Building speed. Driving off the bottom. Transition re-entry. Again, not overcommitting. Wants to get down the line here and finish this wave off. Climbs up onto the roof. Clean floater. Won't match that first score, but a decent backup with just under 23.5 minutes to go. Had a runner-up finish on the Gold Coast behind Felipe Toledo. Some great moments up there. Bit of a slip-up down at Bells Beach, but quarter-final at Margaret River. And then another second-place finish in Fiji at the last stop. But here's Fred Pattachia now. With a couple of big turns. Drives up into the lip. A lot of water being displaced. Freddie pulls into the barrel, but doesn't get the exit.
Yeah, he'll be irritated at himself for there. You just saw a little bobble on that last bottom turn. I think it was almost a mistake for him to pull into that barrel. I think he would rather have gotten down the line to get back to that open face. Right here, just trying to match the rhythm of the wave, not get too far ahead of it, not get too far behind, certainly. Nice little snap there, but got slightly hung up, and then just a little bobble on that second bottom turn and forced him to pull into that tube. Really tough with those tiny little barrels. They are almond shaped on your backhand to really not touch the wall or touch the lip line. That's when it just completely stops you in your tracks.
The title conversation has been running hot throughout the opening stages of the year. Obviously there's some new names thrown into the ring, and also some former world champs really having their worst starts in, well, maybe ever. Welcome back, Julian Wilson. Up and riding once again. Huge first turn, and really starting to put the foot down as he powers down the line to a clean arc. And again, just attacks the lip. Relentless on this wave. Finds the finish, looking to improve on a 7.33. to extend his lead over Fred Pattachia with just under 16 minutes to go. Julian utilised priority for that wave. We saw Fred Pattachia at the beginning of the wave kicking out, forced to, when Julian motioned towards that ride and showed intent.
Yeah, Julian has priority, so that means any wave he wants, he can take it. That's why Freddie gives way. And a series of really precise carbs there. A clean little hack to start. A couple of speed turns just to keep him momentum down the line, make sure he doesn't miss out on any open green face. And now he's able to lean into it. Love those turns there to finish this wave off. What a solid finishing maneuver there. Really speedy snap there on the lip.
He gets an 8.77. Another thing that you could see during that ride and that slow motion footage is that every time Julian's attacking the lip and going through a maneuver, he's exhaling all that air like a boxer throwing a punch and putting all that energy into those turns. Well, here we go. 8.5 minutes remaining. Fred Pattachia trying to get himself in this heat. Looks amped. Let's go of a clean backside carving snap to start. Repeats that as he moves down the line, getting a little caught behind here, but grabbing his rail and setting up the tube, finding some cover, wrestling this wave, but gets knocked off or pushed through the back of the wall as he moves through to the inside. Just over 8 minutes to go. And I doubt that wave is going to get Fred Pattachia out of combination at this stage, chasing a huge total, Ross.
Looking crisp on that Eric Awakawa equipment, looking really solid, surfing pretty fast. Right there, really powerful. Throwing some buckets, a lot of spray. And this is where that wave got kind of hollow, so again, almost kind of forced to pull in. Probably would have been better off though hopping on top of the roof of that lip line there and going for a floater and finishing that way. But again, a couple of massive scores needed to get back in this thing. Yeah, there's been a lot of really good matches all day long. Close heats, big numbers. The very first heat of this round was a big one. Owen Wright, a lot of people's radar to do extremely well in this event.
And right now out in the water, we're looking for our third surfer to enter the first heat of round 4. Julian Wilson looking the goods at this stage. Looking to improve on an 8.77 to increase his lead over Fred Pattachia. And just driving down the line, surfing with a lot of speed and really attacking every piece of wall that stands up in front of it.
Man, he had that last maneuver going for the big old tail whip, nose pick there, and his front foot just missed the deck. They replanted that front foot on his board, he would have surely slid out of that thing. That would have been another score. It probably would have bettered his 8.7.
Third round, but still do have some big heats to come.
Again, I'm just always so impressed at how he mixes it up between traditional power surfing and then all of a sudden he'll just fast forward way into the future with the craziest move you've seen all day. Again, that end section is so tough, and Julian getting really frisky. I love that choice of a big tail whip. I think for him, he knows he's already holding on to an 8.7, so he has to go nuts. He's going to improve on that, but look at that. That power carve there into the float to get back out into the face. Kind of a weird section, so he just went for broke. Watch his front foot. Just missed the deck there and came off.
Well, this heat is coming to a close. Julian Wilson gets the job done with a very strong heat score total, 17.94.